This story is allegedly true. The person who shared it claims it happened exactly as you're about to hear. Whether you believe it or not, that's your choice. But sometimes the scariest things aren't ghosts or monsters. They're people, the kind who live right next door, or worse, already inside your home.
It all started after a few cars got broken into on my street. I bought a new Ring doorbell, installed the app on my phone. It felt like I was doing something proactive at least. I don't live in a bad area or anything, but it's still London, and I'd rather be a little paranoid than careless. The app has a feature where local camera owners can post suspicious clips, people snooping around gardens, trying car handles, weird sounds at night. I got into the habit of checking it every morning while my kettle boiled. One morning in mid-April, I opened the app like usual and tapped on the latest alert. Suspicious person caught on camera, 2:17 a.m. It was a short black and white night vision clip. Someone standing outside a terraced house about 10 minutes from mine, according to the map. It was a woman, hood up, hands in pockets, just standing there. Not knocking, not moving, just staring into the doorbell camera. I almost dropped my phone. It was me. Same jacket, same length hair poking out from the sides of the hood, same little scar near my right eye. I looked dead into the camera, expressionless. The light from the infrared lens gave my eyes that weird animal glow. I looked completely out of it. The timestamp said 2:17 a.m. That's the part that freaked me out most, because I was in bed by midnight. I don't drink much, don't do drugs. I live alone, and my flat was locked. I remember scrolling on my phone before bed. I never left the flat, but there I was, plain as day, or night, just standing outside a stranger's house at 2 a.m. I felt sick. I watched the clip over and over. There were no cars, no people, just me. The motion ended when I turned slightly and walked out of frame. I went straight to my front door and checked the locks. Still bolted. My shoes were lined up by the mat, dry. No sign that I'd left. My jacket was hanging in the hallway. I even checked for dirt on the soles. Nothing. I told myself it was someone who looked like me. A coincidence. I mean, how could it be me? But I couldn't shake the feeling in my chest. That deep, cold thud of something being wrong. That night I barely slept, terrified I could be walking the streets alone in the middle of the night with no memory or awareness of doing so. Logic telling me it's just not possible. The next morning, I opened the app again. Another clip. Different house, same general area. Different angle. Same woman, me. Absolutely unmistakably me. This time I was standing at the end of someone's driveway, head turned like I was listening for something. After a few seconds, I moved off screen. I watched it 5 times. It was me. Same boots, same body shape, same blank, heavy stare. I checked the timestamp, 2:41 a.m. I opened my health app. No steps recorded that night. I checked my location history. Nothing. I thought about calling the police, but what would I even say? Hi, I think I'm stalking houses in my sleep. Instead, I did something I regret. I commented under the video. That looks like me. Any chance I could DM you for details? 10 minutes later, I got a private message from the poster. A guy called Marcus. He was nice about it, actually. Said I wasn't the first odd clip he'd captured. I told him I was serious, that it really looked like me, and I was trying to understand what was happening. He sent me the full clip from his doorbell system. It had audio. I watched it, holding my breath. The footage was from earlier that week. It was quiet at first, just wind, a distant fox yelp. Then a faint crunching of gravel. Me, approaching. Then something else. A whisper, barely audible. I cranked up the volume. I was whispering something. over and over. A single phrase. He told me to come. He told me to come. I felt my blood go cold. I'd never said those words in my life. My voice was flat, mechanical. Marcus messaged again. Lady, this is really weird. I've had my camera for 2 years and never seen anything like it. You looked empty. I couldn't stop shaking. I set up my own camera that day, facing my bed. I left my phone charging beside it, recording through the night. The next morning, I checked the footage. Nothing. I turned in bed a few times, scratched my face, snored a bit, but never got up. Not once. I felt relieved until I opened the app. Another clip. Same time frame. This time I was standing outside a house on a different street. My face was blank, lips slightly open, like I was in a trance. I stared at the still frame until my eyes blurred. I finally went to the police. I showed them the videos. Explained what I thought might be happening. They nodded politely. Took notes. Said they'd follow up. I don't think they believed a word of it. That night, I put the camera up again. But this time, I added motion sensors. One on the front door. One on my bedroom door. I also put tape over the latch. When I woke up the next morning, the tape was gone. My phone had stopped recording at 2:06 a.m. The motion sensor log showed my bedroom door opened at 2:08 a.m. The front door at 2:10. I checked the Ring app one last time. One new clip, posted by a user in Camden. The title, Woman appears out of nowhere in alley, 2:15 a.m. It was me again, standing in the shadows near a garden gate. My head turned unnaturally far, like my neck had been twisted. That's when I noticed something else. I moved out of that flat within the week, got rid of the jacket, disabled the app. But I still get emails. The app keeps sending them, even though I deleted my account. Last night, the subject line read, Suspicious figure seen watching home at 2:13 a.m. No preview image, just a link. I didn't click it, because I already know what's on it. Me, and whatever's standing behind me.
Maybe this story was real. Maybe it wasn't. But you'll be thinking about it next time you hear a sound you can't explain. If you want more stories like this, real, raw, and disturbing, you know what to do. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay alert. You never know who's watching.